The MGP Caliper Covers in black should appeal to the S550 V6 and EcoBoost owners out there who are looking to spice up the factory caliper area, adding some bling behind your favorite set of wheels, and reducing brake dust on those wheels at the same time. Now, the MGP options that we have here will fit on the 2-piston front and rear calipers, meaning these particular options will not fit on the performance pack cars. Prospective buyers will need to run at least an 18-inch wheel or larger to accommodate the covers themselves, and you can expect to spend right around $200 to grab the black tri-bar pony options that we have here. The bolt-on install will involve removing those wheels, but will be pretty straightforward other than that. So therefore, we'll call it 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, with a little bit more detail to come later in the video. All right, guys, so I'll just come right out and say it. Caliper covers like this aren't always everyone's favorite modification. In fact, I like to think they easily fall in that love it or hate it category. So obviously, if you're not a fan of these things, then you probably already have your mind made up. On the other hand, if you're on the fence or maybe you really dig the look, then hang out with me for a little bit, guys, and we'll run down some of the benefits and the features of the MGP options that we have here. Now, MGP definitely has their flag planted firmly in the caliper cover market and produces a number of options for a bunch of different generations, including different colors and logo options. As you can see, the ones we have on the table here do feature that iconic tri-bar pony logo for the rears, while the fronts are going to be showing you that Mustang lettering, all of it officially licensed by Ford. Again, pretty obvious to see that the covers we are featuring in this particular video are powder-coated black, but you can grab the same logo option in both red and also yellow if you're after a slightly different look. Now, as far as your construction is concerned, well, the covers themselves have been made from a durable and lightweight 6061 aluminum, easily being able to withstand the high temps of the brake area, and that powder coat will of course help these things remain looking good for many years to come. And speaking of looking good, with the MGP covers in place, they will actually act as a dust shield and help keep your wheels a little bit cleaner in the process. And listen, guys, the biggie here, no doubt, is the fact that these MGP covers will be dressing up a not so pretty factory caliper, which some owners don't mind, but others really don't enjoy. Now, would a big fat pair of Brembos look awesome in place of those factory calipers instead? Absolutely, but the reality is not everyone has the $1,000 to $2,000 to fork out for one of those big brake kits. And if that is the case and you really can't stand the look of your scrawny factory calipers, the MGP options that we have here are going to serve that aesthetic purpose, but for a fraction of the cost of those big brake kits. But let's get into the install briefly, guys, and as I just pointed out, you really aren't looking at anything too intense, so I'm going 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe 30 minutes to an hour of your time depending on your setup and just how fast you like to work. Tool-wise, well, again, those wheels will need to come off, so therefore have your jack and jack stands ready to go, or maybe a lift if you have access. You will also need a pair of wire snips and pliers, in addition to a 3/8-inch wrench or socket to help you snug up the bracket nut. Getting started, go ahead and pop those wheels off and grab your wire snips. Now, if your Mustang still has the factory brake pads in place, chances are you're going to see these factory wires sticking out or protruding from the brake pad area. These are the things you will need to trim up. Otherwise, guys, this will interfere with how the MGP cover sits. So go ahead and trim those off, making sure you use some eye protection in the process. With that clip out of the way, now you can grab your caliper cover and the corresponding brackets, attach those to the factory caliper using the included clip and of course the hardware. Now you're going to need to tighten that 3/8-inch nut to 25 inch-pounds, or as MGP calls it, a quarter turn once the nut is snug. After that, guys, your installation is complete. Repeat this for all 4 corners, making sure to spin those wheels and tires once they're reinstalled, checking for any rubbing or clearance issues, and you're good to go. While the caliper covers might not appeal to all owners out there, they will certainly dress up the bland factory caliper area for a fraction of the cost of those big brake kits, and they'll help keep your wheels a little bit cleaner in the process. So be sure to check out the rest of the MGP options available right here at AmericanMuscle.com.